All right, Richard. So this is the coordinates you gave me. See here. Looks like 43 degrees north and it's that 1 degree east or something like that, more or less. And then here's the file that I sent you. So line around. This is all styling. I'll come back to this in a second. Yeah. So here's your original point. I'm going to change in a second. And then there's three lines. So 3 paths. So there's the longitude, latitude, altitude, longitude, latitude, altitude. And then there's the back, the opposites, right? So there's the longitude, latitude, and then altitude, then longitude, latitude, altitude. So that gets the whole back. And then back up the front. So there's the longitude, latitude at the South Pole, altitude, longitude, latitude, altitude. All right, and it looks like when I do it right here, looks like this. So this is what you see. And now I'm going to go ahead and change it using your coordinates. So there's the latitude first and then followed by the longitude. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the longitude first because it's the X. And I'm going to go to the first line and get the longitude and paste it there. And then I'm going to get the longitude and paste it there. So now that's the longitude. Let me grab the latitude real quick. That's the initial point, and then of course I'm going to the North Pole. Then I need the opposites of your line of longitude. So to get that, I'm just going to go ahead and copy this right now. And I'm going to do 180 minus the absolute value of your longitude, and then I'm going to put it a negative sign on it because right now it's, if you see your longitude is a positive, so I'm going to put it as a negative to make it the opposite side, opposite of. So I'm going to paste that there. Yes, positive, that should be negative. Paste. Negative. All right, so that'll get the back side, and then going back to the front side, I can keep the line of longitude the same as before, because now that we're on the what I'm calling the front side, the original side, I'm going to go ahead and change this longitude while I'm at it. I left out a comma. I accidentally copied that out. I'm going from the South Pole, and now I need to go to the original latitude. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and save this. I'm going to trash what's in Earth right now. I'm going to bring it back in. Oops, search it. Cool. Oops, I forgot to change the point. So there's the line right there, wherever you need the line. I'm going to go back and change that point right here real quick. So in the code, I know that this is the longitude. So I'm going to copy it. This is the point. The point is right here, where it says coordinates. Paste. Paste. I can go ahead and do the look at. So the look at here, just if I click the point, that's where it's going to move the camera. So I just did the latitude. Go ahead and change that right now. And this is the longitude. So now when I click that point, this is where the camera is going to go. Right. Save, discard, come back in. If you're on Google Earth Pro on the desktop, you can just hit revert and it'll go there. There we go. So now we have our point with our line of longitude. Right. So this is actually 3 segments. What I want to do now, and I didn't tell you this in the tweet because I thought it'd be a little bit overcomplicated, but since we're doing a video, I might as well overcomplicate things. I actually want to make this one line. I don't want to make it 3 separate lines. And the reason why I want to do this is because I'm going to style it. So I say we come back to the styling. If you notice that there's this path here, so without it being hovered, it's going to be red. Say that you want to change the color, the highlight, whenever you mouse over it. Say I want it orange. Okay. So what happens in here is when you look at the style URL, where it says path, that's where it goes and gets its colors and its width from. So path to path, and then it says, okay, well, if it's at a normal state, I want the scale to be 1.1, and I want it, I guess, red is that. I'm going to change it to orange when I highlight over it now. So the path highlight, it makes it a little bit larger, and it keeps it red. So, I'm sorry, a little bit larger, it keeps it red. Actually, it keeps it the same size. So I'm going to change it to 5 here, just to give you an example of when you highlight it. So I saved it. Now when I highlight it, see how much darker it got? Do it again. I'm going to highlight over it. Got real dark. But it only did that one segment. It didn't do the segment in the north. Right? So I'm going to combine all these segments, and then I'm going to change the color. See, that's very simple. You know, so instead of having, you know, this original point followed by another point followed by another point, I'm just going to put them together. So here's the initial line segment. Here's the back side. Here's the front side again. This is real easy. All you got to do is take this string here. I'm going to copy it, give it a space, and I'm going to do a space. So each one of these spaces means a new quote-unquote point for the string. Then I'm going to do the same thing over here, and I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste. So now I have all of those different line segments into one quote-unquote line string. I'm going to go ahead and delete the second one. So from place mark to the close place mark. I'm going to do the same thing for the third, place mark to the close place mark. And then I'm going to save. So right now, all I have is a point, right? And then a line. So this line and then this point. Again, this line has 3 segments built into it. Save it, which I already did. I'm going to go ahead and kick that out. Open the file again. Find the line. So it's the same thing, but this time if you notice when I hover over it, the entire thing gets bold. And then in case you can't see that, here's the hexadecimal for orange. And KML is reverse. So orange and hexadecimal color is FFA500. And KML it's 00A5FF. So I'm going to change that in the highlight. So I'm going to come back here to the top to the style. It says path H for highlights. It says line style, color. The first 2 letters are opacity. So I'm going to do 00A5FF. Go ahead and hit save. Kick it out. So I should have a width of 5 and it be orange whenever I highlight over the line. And there you go. So your width, and you change the color, right? Actually, it looks like maybe the width is going. I don't know. Looks like the width is going. Let's make it really big so it's like there's this obvious change. Let's just go with like 10. No, let's go 20. Let's go big. Save it. Oh yeah, there you go. Really see the change. Right? So that's pretty much how you do it. You know, you have, again, your styles for your points, either at a normal state or a highlighted state. I normally just put an N saying normal, an H saying highlight. Not quite sure why I have H1 there for a point. Probably didn't erase it earlier. Didn't matter. And then the same thing for, there's the point N, the point H, and the path meaning line N, and path meaning line 8. And then there's your two place marks, one for the point itself, and the other one for the line itself. I hope that does a better job explaining it. Sorry the video was so long, but and I know it's more than you were asking for, but enjoy.